Hello there,
Hello, Abe. How are you?
Baruch Hashem. How are you doing?
Good.
Well,
Did you see the video that George sent about the
I saw one
tefillin?
about the tefillin. Yeah,
Unbel
who put that on? It's Rabbi Stefanski on his Daf
Yeah,
Yomi. He
yeah,
showed that.
yeah. But
Very
I
interesting.
never could have imagined they do it that way.
Yeah, it's not simple, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
a rough day today.
they no.
No, you
No,
stayed
it
in
just
the
got a
rain.
little bit wet once I had to go out of the house, but that's it.
Yeah,
I didn't work.
well, it's the holidays, President's Day. What are you talking
So it was pretty peaceful.
about?
So where are they?
I don't know. Well, we should be on Lamed Dalet on the base. So
Not hey, no?
we're on Lamed Hey, but I think we start at the bottom of Lamed Dalet. No?
35.
Okay.
Evening, everybody.
Hello?
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice haircut.
Thank you.
Yep.
We're on Lamed Hey 35.
Ernie, did you see the video that George sent?
Josh, who?
George,
Where would
about the steer from Rabbi Stefanski, the way basically shows how the feeling are made. Unbelievable. You have to watch it.
where in the Daf Shear?
Yeah, the WhatsApp stuff.
Oh, okay. I see.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
What, the tefillin? Which one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I'm Rav Chanan, I'm Rav Ichlif. Yeah. Abai Amar Lo Amar, when we say that we said that the order of the parshos is Kadesh, Vahaya Kiviyacha, Shma, and Vahayam Shamoa, going from right to left. Going from right to left when you look at somebody wearing tefillin. It's Kadesh, Vahaya, Shma, and Vahayam Shamoa. So when do we say it's possible El Gvias L'Briyasa? One of the inner ones was moved to an outer place. So that means the Vahaya Kiviyacha was placed to where Kadesh was, or Shema was placed where Vayam Shema, or the opposite. Uvaraisa l'gvayasa. They were placed aval gviyasa l'gviyasa, but if you move the two inner ones, you just interchange them, or vriyasa l'vriyasa, the two outer ones, leslan ba. That it's not going to be a psul. Amalei Rav Maishna gviyasa l'briyasa, ubriyasa l'gviyasa. What was the problem to move an inner one to an outer one? The lodach the boy lemechze avira lo kachazia v'ha the lo boy lemechze avira kachazia. The one that's supposed to see the outside doesn't see the outside more; it sees the inside. And the same thing, the inside it's supposed to only see inside is now seeing outside. And similar baryasa l'baryasa v'gavyasa l'gavyasa nami. When you move one outer one to the other side, hach the boy lemechzi avira the yamin kachaz avir the small kachaz avir the yamin. The kadesh is supposed to see the right side air, not the left side. So elaloshna, any change in the order would make a psul, and that's part of the halach l'moshe b'sinai. Aruch Hanan Amarav. Titura is the square base of the tefillin that the box sits on. That's the titura. Halach l'moshe b'sinai. You need to have that. Amar Abaya Mabarta. The Mabarta is the bridge where the ritzua of the tefillin goes through, both in the tefillin shel yad, tefillin shel levi. It can slide through. This structure is halach l'moshe b'sinai. V'rama Abaya shin shel tefillin halach l'moshe b'sinai. The fact that we have a shin on the sides of our tefillin boxes is halach l'moshe b'sinai. Now, one of the shins has 3 prongs, and one of the shins has 4 prongs. The one that is next to Kadesh Li has 4. The one that has Vayayim Shamoa has 3. Vitzaretz Shiagiach Kritz L'mokam HaTefer. Right? When you look at the tefillin, they have a groove. It's got to extend from the top all the way to the bottom. But Rav Dimi min Ardo Omar, Kiven de Minkar Lo Tzarich. As long as you can see that there's a groove there, it doesn't have to go from the top to the bottom. Rabbi. Hi kilfa de tefillin tzarich lemivtike. Prior to writing the tefillin, when you have an empty cloth, you have to check it, that there are no holes in it. The dilma ispe reyesa ubina ksiva tamah. If there's a hole in it, you write something, the letter is going to have a hole in it, the leka, and then it's not going to be a tummy. However, Rav Dimi min Ardo Amar, lo tzarich kulmus abadikla. The soifer has a kulmus, has a pen, and as he writes, he's going to feel whether there's a hole in it. So this halacha that you have to inspect it before is not necessarily accepted. Or Rav Yitzchak ritzua shcharas halach l'moshe mesinai. The ritzuas have to be black. They can't be other color. By the way, the boxes don't necessarily have to be black. The minig is to make them black, but it's only the ritzuos that have to be black. Meisvei tefillin ein koshno son ela b'mina. The straps of a tefillin have to be made from the same material that the tefillin boxes are made. The tefillin boxes are made from leather, so the ritzuos have to be made from leather. Ben Yerukos, Ben Shchoros, Ben Levonos. And this price says, doesn't make a difference whether they're black. They could be green, they could be white. Only Adumos lo yasem ibnei gnai. it's an embarrassment. And dover acher. The embarrassment, if they're red, is a person might have some kind of illness. He scratches his head and he bleeds. So it's embarrassing. And the dover acher that doesn't want to say is that he had relations with his wife who was a nida, and it became stained because of the nida blood. So they're really, technically, you can make them red, but we don't want to lead to zilzul. There was a Talmud of Rabbi Kiva shaya kosher tefillah b'lshon shel tcheles. He used blue. The Amar lo dover. Rabbi Kiva didn't say anything. Efshar also tzorik rot talmid of l'michabo. If the halacha is it's supposed to be black, and his Talmud was wearing blue, and Rabbi Kiva didn't think, obviously Rabbi Kiva holds you can make it from other colors. Amru lo hein lo ra'oso. Rabbi Kiva never saw this student. V'im ra'oso lo yamanicho. He wouldn't have allowed him to do that. He would have been makpid. Ma'isa b'Horkinus b'not Rabbi Eliezer ben Horkinus. Horkinus, the son of Rabbi Eliezer, hayakosher tefillah b'lshon shel argamon. He used purple. V'lo amar lo dover. And Rabbi Eliezer didn't say anything. Could he see his son wear not black if the halacha was that it's supposed to be black and not protest? Obviously, Rabbi Eliezer also hold that it could be other color than black. No, hein lo ra also. He never, his son wore it, but he never saw it. If he had seen it, he wouldn't have let him do it. Ktani Mia, Ben Yerukos, Ben Shcharos, Ben Levonos. The Baraisa came out clearly saying that you could wear other colors. Loi kasha, kan mi bivnim, kan mi bachutz. That means the tefillin straps on the outside have to be black. On the inside, like the strap that faces our body, not towards the outside, could be another color, except red. So, we said that we don't allow red because you're going to see it. But if it's up towards the inside, no one's going to see it. Sometimes we know in shul, your tefillin straps will flip and it will be seen. Tana. Tefillin merubos aloch l'moshe misinai. Tefillin has to be square. Amrav Papa b'tifran uvalachsoina. That means you can't, if you tighten when you sew it with, and it doesn't become square, you can't do that. And the diagonal is 1.4, right? Because the Pythagorean theorem, if you have a right-angled triangle, and the length of the one side is 1, and the length of the other side is 1, so it's A plus B equal, it's A plus B equals the square root of the sum. So it's the square root of 2, which is 1.4 something. And they knew that it was 1.4. So you have to measure, it has to be approximately that. Lema Messiah. If you make round tefillin, it's a danger because the round tefillin will make a hole in the skull. Ve'ein ba mitzvah. So that seems to be the same as Rav Papa, who said that has to be square. Rav Papa, Masnisan David ben Amguza, the Mishnah that says you can't do it because of sakana, it's like a nut, and that's dangerous. But in a chadam, it could be round, not shaped like a nut, and that necessarily could be okay. Aravuna tefillin, kozman shepnei tavla kayames ksheros. By the tefillin boxes, it also has to be straight. It can't be bent, it can't be curved. Now, on the inside, we have 4 compartments. Let's say there's a hole. In 2 of them, ksheros. Shalosh psulos. If there's a hole in 3 of them, it's puzzle. Amarava. Hadamrit stein ksheros. And when you said there's a hole in 2 of them and it's okay, as long as they're not next to each other. Any holes between 2 compartments that are next to each other would puzzle. It's only a new pair of tefillin. Then if there's holes, less than ba. Because tefillin that's older, that's been used, so then the holes will develop, and that's wear and tear, and that doesn't puzzle it. How do you define old and new? Amarle bal Rav Yosef, hechi damin charata vechi damin atikta. Amarle kol heche ki metlebe b'shilcha. If you pull on the strap and the thing, and it comes back, v'hoder cholim atikta. V'ideh charata. If it doesn't bounce back, then that's considered old. V'inami kol heche dechimatle b'mitna. Let's say 2 people are pulling the tefillin, one to one side, one to the other side. If it doesn't tear, asya basrei, when you the person who pulls it towards, okay, that's considered new charita. The idichatikta, if the tefillin tears when 2 people pull on it, then it's old. Abai Avi Yosef Kamed Rav Yosef. If sikle ritzu de tefillah, one of the ritzuos fell off or got torn. Amr le maula mikteri. So it's puzzle. But can I tie it together? Amr le ukshartem ksif shetek shira tamo. By tying it, it's not perfect, and therefore wouldn't be good. Amr le Rav Yosef Ravashi maula mitfer. What if you sew it so much, and you sew it in a way that you see black strap to black strap? Violet fear guy. Go look, do the people do this? They don't. If the ritzu is tear, that's it, it's possible they don't use it. Rav Papa, gardume ritzu is ksheros. If you have small pieces of the ritzua, that's kosher. But v'lav milsahi. But that's not the halacha. Mit Amri b'nei Rab Chia, gardume tchelis for gardume ezov ksherim. The tchelis of tzitzis, it has to be a certain length. If it tore, it's not good. Then it's not good. Little small amounts, like a tefach, will be good. And for gardume ezov ksherim, the ezov used in the paraduma is if you have little scraps remaining, it's okay. Because the tashmishim mitzvah, they themselves have no kedusha. They're only used for a mitzvah. Avalacha the tashmishi kedusha ninu. The tefillin itself has kedusha. Then having these small little fragments, low. Michlal dislu shiura must be. The Gemara understands there's got to be a minimum shiur. Kama shiurayu. Aram Chamar Reish Lakish ad etzbat srada. The etzbat srada is the index finger. Some say it's the middle finger. Rav Gani machvi kofuf. So Rav Gani said it's the distance between your index and your middle finger. And Rav Ashi machvi pashut, he said it's the distance between your thumb and your index finger. So there's more. So Rav Ashi is machmir. He needs a longer measurement. Rabba katraluhu uposhit. Rabba would, put the tefillin on his head, secure it, and his straps fell down behind his back. B'shadiluhu. But Rav Acha bar Yaakov katraluhu matlisluhu. He would braid it. But Mar braid Ravna Ovid Kitidan, he does it like us. He brings the straps to the front. That's, of course, our minhag. At the back of our kesher, of our tefillin of Shel Rosh, it has to be a dalit. Some make it just like a square. Most of us have that. And some it actually looks like a dalit. Machlokes. Most of us pass like the Mishnah Berurah that it's like a square, which is like two dalits, $1 this way, $1 this way. Or when you look at the square with the two ritzuas coming out of it, it looks like a dalit. Rav Nachman v'noyen lebar. That the shin on the boxes have to be visible from outside. Same thing, the dalit in the back has to be visible. You have to see it. Some say Rav Nachman means that the shiny part of our black straps have to face to the outside. Rav Ashi Avi Yosef Kamei de Mar Zutra. Rav Ashi was sitting by Mar Zutra. Is hapchale ritzudit tefillin, and his tefillin flipped, right? The straps flipped. Some say his head, the whole head thing was flipped. So that's a bad thing. Amar leilo savar lemar v'noyen lebar. It's supposed to be towards the outside. Amar le lava daite. I didn't know that was the case. Some people fast if these knots were backwards. That's not necessarily our minig. Then the pasuk says, "V'rohu kolame haaretz kishem Hashem nikra lecha v'yomi meka." The people of the world will see that Hashem is on you. They will be fearful. This is the Jewish soldiers went out with tefillin, and they would see it on their heads. Hashem told Moshe, I'm going to remove my hand, and you're going to see my back. What does that mean? His hand was covering the kesher of tefillin. He removed it so Moshe could see it. Of course, this is all Hashem, is not a physical thing. On Rav Yehuda, kesher shel tefillin tzarich sheyeh lamala. The knot, we have to make sure it's not on our neck. It's got to be on the head. Kidei sheyeh Yisrael lamala v'lo lamata. That's a symbol that Klal Yisrael is high and not low. The tzarich sheyeh klape panim. You have to arrange the kesher in the back that it's sort of opposite our face. So Klal Yisrael will, be in the front, not in the back. Bidri Amarav. V'amri other people say Amarav Acharicha Amarav Huna. V'amri Amarav Menashe Amar Shmuel. Tefillin me'em asayim avarach aleyan. When do you make the bracha? Mishas anachasan. From when you put them on. The Gemara's Havamina here is that first you put them on, then you make the bracha. Gemara says, Eini, it's not so. There's a general principle. Whenever we do a mitzvah, you make the bracha before you do the mitzvah. That the bracha is a process here. From the beginning of when you put it on until you actually tied it. That's why we put our tefillin on, right? But we don't tie it. We don't secure the knot. We put it on. Before we do it, then we make the bracha laniach, and then we knot it. And then we'll see why we make a second bracha. Walter asked some of this during the Esther Shir about the difference between al mitzvah tefillin and laniach tefillin. There's a difference. Like for some, we say lishmoa kol shofar. We don't say al shmias shofar. Lishmoa kol shofar. Lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. Lahadlik ner shel Shabbos. On some mitzvahs, we say al netilas lulav. Al mitzvahs tefillin. And we'll discuss this. This is the sugi that we'll discuss it. Okay. So we are going to learn the Tzorba tonight, 8 o'clock.
And tomorrow?
Tomorrow we're going to learn the Daf. Let's do it at 7 o'clock.
All right.
Okay, 7 o'clock. Because
7 o'clock is good.
yeah, there's a shear at Walter's house at 8, but let's do it at 7.
So,
That'll give us plenty of time.
Mario,
Okay.
you're invited to the Shir, Mario,
What is the share?
on Rosh Chodesh by the Rabbi Bas
Ah,
in my house. It's
Okay.
for Anna also, if you want to bring Anna.
all right, I'll tell her.
For ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Okay?
See everybody later, 30 minutes.
Okay, bye.